There are songs, and then there are melodies that linger in the soul. Some come and go, others never leave. This is the story of one such melody. In a quiet little town hidden between rolling hills and narrow cobblestone streets, lived a young woman named Alya. She had always loved music, not for fame, not for applause, but for the way it could make life feel lighter, even for a moment. Yet lately, her world had grown heavy. A recent heartbreak had left her heart fragile, her days colorless, and her nights long and silent. Every morning felt like walking through a gray fog. The piano in her small apartment gathered dust, untouched. Her guitar rested silently in the corner. Music, the thing she had loved most, felt distant, almost impossible. One rainy afternoon, while taking shelter in an old bookstore, Alya noticed something unusual. Among stacks of yellowed books and forgotten manuscripts, a small tattered notebook caught her eye. Its leather cover was cracked, and the pages smelled of age and memory. Written faintly on the first page were the words, "The Lost Melody." Her curiosity piqued. Alya opened it. Inside were notes, sketches of musical scales, and scribbled lyrics in a handwriting so delicate it seemed to dance across the page. She could feel a strange energy in the melody that accompanied the lyrics, as if someone had poured their heart and soul into every note, leaving a trail of emotions that could reach anyone willing to listen. The next day, she sat at her piano, hesitated for a moment, then played the first line. The sound filled the room softly, almost shyly. And then, something shifted. Alya felt a warmth in her chest. Memories she thought she had buried began to stir. Not painful memories, but moments of hope she had forgotten existed. Her fingers trembled as the notes flowed through her, uniting past and present in a way she could not explain. She didn't know who had written the melody. Perhaps someone long gone. Perhaps someone who understood the unspoken ache of lonely hearts. Every day after that, she returned to the piano. She learned the song note by note, allowing the music to sink into her, to mend the cracks in her spirit. It was a slow process, but each line of the melody felt like a gentle hand guiding her back to herself. One evening, Alya decided to share the melody with the world. She uploaded a small recording online, just for the sake of it, without expecting much. The next morning, her phone buzzed endlessly. Messages poured in from strangers, some from the next town, some from distant cities. Everyone said the same thing. I don't know why, but this melody brought me peace. It reminded me of someone I lost and healed a part of me I thought would never mend. Your music, it touched my soul. Alya couldn't believe it. How could a melody discovered by chance in a forgotten notebook reach so many hearts? She realized then that the music had a power beyond her understanding, a power to connect, to heal, to remind people of what they had almost forgotten about themselves. But the notebook still held secrets. On the last page, written in faded ink, was a single line. The melody will only be complete when it reaches every broken heart. Alya understood the weight of those words. The music she had found was not just hers. It belonged to anyone who had ever felt lost, anyone who had ever longed for hope in the silence. Determined, she practiced every day, adding her own emotions to the notes, allowing the melody to grow richer, deeper, and more alive. She wandered the streets of her town, playing for people she didn't know, for faces full of sorrow, for children who had forgotten how to smile. Every time someone listened, Alya felt a little lighter, as if the melody was carrying fragments of everyone's pain and transforming them into something beautiful. And yet, there was still a part of the melody she didn't understand. A missing note, a hidden rhythm, a silent chord that had yet to be discovered. It whispered to her in the quiet moments, reminding her that the journey had just begun. Because some music is not meant to be finished until it has healed every heart it was created to touch. And Alya knew. The lost melody was waiting. Her hands rested on the piano keys, fingers poised, heart open, ready to discover the next note, the note that could change everything. Days turned into weeks, and Alya's music began to ripple through the town like gentle waves. People would stop on cobblestone streets, mesmerized by the soft strains of the piano floating from her apartment window. Shopkeepers paused mid-task. Children abandoned their games to listen. Even those who had long forgotten what it felt like to hope smiled quietly, touched by the delicate notes that seemed to carry unspoken words. But the melody was more than just sound. It became a mirror for their hearts. An elderly man who had spent years silently mourning the loss of his wife wept quietly as the tune reminded him of shared laughter, of hands held in warmth, of love unspoken yet never gone. A young girl, bullied and afraid, heard the melody and felt courage bloom inside her chest, fragile yet fierce, like a spark refusing to die. Even Alya felt herself healing in ways she hadn't anticipated. Each time she played, the heaviness in her chest lightened. Her heartbreak no longer felt like a permanent shadow, but like a door opening to a new beginning. Then one evening, a letter arrived at her door. No name, no return address, only a single line written in delicate handwriting. "Thank you for finding the melody I could not finish." Alya's hands trembled. She realized the notebook she had found wasn't just a random collection of music. It had belonged to someone who had longed to heal the world, one heart at a time. Someone who had left their gift behind, trusting that it would find the right hands to complete it. Determined, Alya began composing. She added her own emotions, memories, and hope into the song. Every note became a part of her, yet also a part of everyone who had ever listened. She shared it online again, and soon, the lost melody was no longer confined to a single town. It traveled across cities, countries, even continents. Strangers reached out to her, sharing stories of how the song had touched them. "I played it while holding my newborn for the first time. It helped me forgive someone I had hated for years. It reminded me that life could still be beautiful, even after loss." Alya realized that the melody had become more than just music. It had become a bridge, connecting hearts that had once been broken, giving hope where despair had lingered, and reminding people that healing was possible, even when life felt unbearably heavy. But the true test came one evening, when Alya returned to her apartment to find a young man sitting quietly in her living room. His eyes were red from crying. "I don't even know how I found your music," he whispered, "but it saved me tonight. I almost gave up. And then I heard it, and I thought, maybe there's still a reason to keep going." Alya's own heart ached at his words. She had discovered the melody to heal herself, but here it was, healing someone else. She played the song for him again, slowly, softly, every note carrying hope, love, and understanding. And as he listened, she realized something profound. Music does not just echo in the ears, it echoes in the heart. And when a heart hears it, truly hears it, healing begins. Weeks turned into months. Alya traveled from town to town, bringing the lost melody to people who needed it most. Hospitals, schools, shelters. Everywhere, the music touched souls, building invisible connections between strangers, reminding them that none of us are ever truly alone. And then, one quiet evening, Alya returned to the old bookstore where it all began. She placed the notebook gently on a shelf, leaving it for the next person who might need the lost melody to find them. She walked away, feeling lighter than she had in years. The melody was no longer hers alone. It belonged to everyone it had touched, and it would continue to heal long after she was gone. As she paused to watch the sun dip below the horizon, she whispered softly to herself, "Some music is lost until it is needed most. And when it finds the hearts it was meant for, miracles happen." Alya smiled, knowing that the world had grown a little brighter, a little warmer, because of a song she had discovered in the quietest corner of a forgotten bookstore. Because in the end, music does more than fill the silence. It heals, it connects, and it reminds us that even broken hearts can sing again.